Hey guys, I first want to apologize for the quality of this video. I'm gonna do the very best I can. I wanted to make a video to show you how I'm teaching math and what the students are expected to do in math so that you can practice these steps at home. So I'm just gonna kind of go through. We have learned all about place value, how to build numbers, draw numbers, expand numbers, and then today we talked about writing those numbers in word form. We've also learned some thinking strategies to help us solve word problems, and we are then taking those skills that we've learned with place value and applying them to those story problems to help us solve. Okay, so today what we did, we had a combination of word problems, some that were adding, some that were subtracting, and today what we did, we made a chart step by step on what we need to do to solve the word problems. So I'm going to show you the chart, kind of talk about each thing. I'm also going to take a picture of it and upload that, as well as print one for the kids to put in their math journal so that they always have as a reference. Even it's also hanging in the classroom wall. So let me turn this around for a second. Oh, to cancel, I think. All right. Oh, okay. So step one, we make a picture in our mind as the word problem is being read. Step two, we ask, what is the thinking pattern? What did we see? SSM means some and some more, which means that we add. And SWA means some went away, which means that we subtract. There's our some and some more poster, which I can also take a picture of and post it. And then our some went away poster, still here from our meeting today. Or maybe not, oh, there it is. Okay, so that's what the some went away looks like. Also, I'll post a picture of that. Okay, so we listen to the word problem, make a picture in our mind, and then decide the thinking pattern. After that, we read the story problem again and put the numbers on the strip diagram. Using a strip diagram is new for students this year in second grade. In first grade, they used part whole mats, and you'll see that the strip diagram, hold on, again, quality of video. Strip diagram is just a part whole mat, upside down. It's technically not a true strip diagram, since a strip diagram, like the parts would be different sizes based on the size of number, but using this is kind of how we transition into that. So we place the numbers on the strip diagram, which I'll show you a picture of that as well. And then we solve by drawing base 10 model. One of our second grade curriculum standards, hold on, I'm gonna go back to me. One of our second grade standards is to be able to solve story problems with a variety of strategies. Since we have spent so much time on place value and knowing how to draw those numbers using base 10 model, that's the strategy that we are using to solve. And you'll see as we learn new strategies, they'll use those strategies to show the understanding, and then students will have the choice on which strategy that they use to solve. And then the very last thing is to ask, is that reasonable? Reasonable is one of our second grade math vocabulary words. We want the kids to use that in checking their work to ask, does that make sense? Is it reasonable? So let me give you some examples. Okay, so one of the problems we had today was this problem here. Sally has 15 pennies, and while I'm reading this to the kids, I'm telling them to make a picture in their mind. If they are able to read it independently, they're not writing anything while they read this. They're just reading it, making that picture in their mind, and trying to understand it, okay? So Sally has 15 pennies. Jake has 16 pennies. How many pennies do they have in all? All right, so step one, we made the picture in our mind. Step two, we decide, what is the thinking pattern here? What did we see? Did we see some and some more pennies? Or did we see some and some went away? So let me show you on my board here. Okay. So that problem was we saw some and some more, SSM. And from our poster, we remember that SSM means we are going to add, okay? Then we also have a strip diagram. And they have the laminated sheets of these at their tables, but you can also just easily draw one like that whenever it's pencil paper. All right, so then we listen to the problem again, and this time we're gonna place the numbers on the strip diagram. So we know that it's SSM, which means I'm gonna add, and I've taught them that this little line here is an addition sign. So Sally has 15 pennies. Jake has 16 pennies. How many pennies do they have in all? So if we're gonna use base 10 model to solve, we are going to draw 15 using base 10 model. Base 10 model is the place value blocks that we use to build and write numbers. This here is called a long. It is worth 10 units. They've had this since first grade, so they should feel pretty comfortable with that. And then these are our units. So there's 15, and then we draw 16. And now we add our base 10 model up to find the total value. So this is 10, 20. Actually, you know what? We need to tell them to do the ones first. Well, we can do 10, we've been doing 10, 20. It just gets tricky whenever we get into the algorithm. When I say algorithm, that's this thing that you and I are used to learning, like this, which we will do by the end of second grade. But right now we're gonna start with our 10s, okay? So 10, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31 is our answer. If we were gonna start with the ones, it would look like this. So this is 6, and then I count on 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 more than 10 is 21. 10 more than 21 is 31, okay? Now we ask, is that reasonable? Sally had 15, Jake had 16. Is it reasonable to say that in all they have 31? Yes, it is. So check, we did it. Let's do another one. First of all, thank you for being so patient as I do this. Definitely don't have a career in videography. Okay, so this next problem, we're gonna go through the steps on how we would solve it. So we make a picture in our mind as it's being read or as we are reading it. Our class had 22 animal books in our library. We loaned 7 of them to another class. How many animal books do we still have? Did we see some and some more? Or did we see some and then some went away? So for that one, we saw that some went away, which means that we're gonna subtract. So now that I know my thinking pattern, I'm ready to read the problem again and then place those numbers on the strip diagram. So remember, this line here was an addition sign, so this sign is a subtraction sign, and we use that to help us know how to place our numbers. All right, so we listen to it again and place the numbers. Our class had 22 animal books in our library. That's the starting number. We loaned 7 of them to another class. How many animal books do we still have? So we can see that we have 22 and we're going to subtract 7. So I'm going to solve that using base 10 model. So I draw 22. Remember that's 10, 20, 21, 22. And now I have to take 7 away. Well, I see that I don't have enough units to take 7 away. So your child should be able to tell you that this 10 can be broken apart into 10 units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now we have enough to take 7 away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so now to find our answer, I'm gonna count. I have 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. The answer is 15. If I were to count the units first, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 10 more than 5 is 15. I hope that helps, and I hope with the video you will be able to help your child with some problems that I'll post on my website at home. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks. Bye.